Hello, good evening. This is Carl Hinder, business coach with Salon Help, and welcome to Quick Coach TV, which I run every Wednesday night from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. British summertime every single week of this year, and we're going to do it again next year. So the idea of this is you actually get a phone in, ask questions that are bothering you, concerning you about your business, anything in our industry. And our industry is anything from hair salons, beauty salons, spas, barbershops, clinics, anything in our sector I'm going to help you with. Now, this is called Quick Coach TV, and the idea is you ask the questions, I answer them as quick as possible or as quickly as possible. We make sure that you get some direction, you get some sort of some advice on what steps you might need to take to solve your problems. So what I'd like you to do, the first person up here today, I see we've got a couple watching already, just give me a thumbs up or a hi or something, just to say that you can actually hear me nice and clear. I don't want to spend the next hour online talking to myself, so that'd be great if you can just give me the thumbs up saying, hi Carl, all sounds great, and we're going to move on with this evening's event. The next thing I'd like you to do, if you could, please, is actually just follow me or ring the bell so that every week you get notification that I am live online. And secondly, if you could invite your friends, your colleagues, your managers, other salon owners along tonight and every Wednesday night, maybe they can benefit. Now, this is free every week. You can phone in on 07931 518 642. Let me just get that up here, is it? So we're going to do 07931 518 642 if you want to phone in. We have, good evening, good evening, good evening. We have a telephone at the ready, or you can leave messages and I will answer them instead. You might be a bit shy, that's no problem at all. So, Scott, thank you, Scott. You're on board. Victoria, thank you for joining me. Cheryl, thank you for joining me. Good evening, Cheryl. Catherine, Vince, hi, Carl. Sounds good. Great, Catherine. Thank you. So we're up and running. So all I'd like you to do, like I said, is make sure you follow me. Make sure that you are... I've got the acknowledgement button on so that every week you see me automatically. Now you can hear me. Any questions tonight, anything that's bothering you about your business, anything that's bothering you about the industry that's affecting you, I'm here to help you. It's called Quick Coach TV. The telephone number is there, Salon Help, 07931 518 642. And we are online and we're ready to go whenever you want me. So, whilst we are waiting for our first questions, I want to speak tonight about, good evening, Richard, thanks for joining us. What I want to talk about first of all is time management, because I hear it all the time, pardon the pun, I hear it all the time that, I haven't got time for that, Carl. I'm too busy with my life. I'm really, really so busy working that I don't have time to do the things I need to do. Now, when I ask you, for example, to do things like marketing plans, if I ask you to do things like performance meetings with your team, to do appraisals, you pretty much, a lot of you say, I just do not have time. And it's something that I have worked on really, really hard over the years. I've tried to make sure that myself, not just as a business coach, but also as a salon owner, when I was a retail manager, that I really manage my time as effectively as I could. So anybody on here can tell me, say, listen, Carl, I'm having a terrible time trying to manage my time. Now, I know that you have, you work hard, guys. I know you're working hard on the back of a chair or in a beauty room or whatever you're doing. I know you're working hard, but until you sort your time management out, until you're doing the right things, you're not actually going to make a huge amount of progress with your business. So let's talk about some of these things. I'll give you an example of myself. Sometimes I think, God, Carl, you're so busy. I just don't have time for all this. And as soon as I hear that, I think, wow, you now sound like the people that that are your clients. So back in October last year, so it's almost, actually, we're just under a year from the date, I could hear myself saying this and I decided, wow, I need to make some more changes. So I looked at some of the things in my life that were absorbing my time. So the one thing that I time was that I was spending 3 to 4 hours a day, either watching what I call non-productive television, things that let you enjoy yourself and kick back and relax, or the same with social media. So maybe on the friends page as opposed to the business pages. That's 3 to 4 hours a day. And on October the 28th last year, I gave up what I call popular television. Now, I do watch TV from time to time, don't get me wrong, but I gave up, the things that you're tied into, serials, that sort of stuff, every single week. And I worked out that I had straight away back 20 hours a week. That's almost, well, for me, it's about half a working day, but it's almost, 2 to 3 full working days back in my life from making one simple change. Good evening, Matthew Jane. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope I'm going to help you tonight, Matthew. So anyone else, anybody struggling with time management, anybody want to discuss it? Anybody think that it can't be tackled? Anybody think that working on the back of a chair 5 days a week for 10 or 12 hours a day is the only thing you can do? It's the only way forward. You can't get out of it. Is there anything like that? I've got actually the flip chart up on the wall in front of me here, because on Monday I did a video for time management. So if you don't want to talk about time management tonight, after this, go onto my Facebook videos or onto my YouTube channel, and you'll see there's a video just on time management. Okay, it's only about 15-20 minutes long. It won't take long, but I want you to start thinking, guys. I need you to start thinking through, how do I invest more time in my actual business? We are so distracted. You see, everybody in this world is going to try and distract you. Everybody is going to try and draw time on you. Everyone is going to try and, everyone doesn't value your time as much as you should, okay? So that could be things like your family. Your family are going to try and suck the life out of you guys when it comes to time. They want you to go to every single event at school and every single football match, and they want to absorb your time. You need to take some control and work on the quality time you have with your family. For example, if you're walking the dog, 2 hours a day, unless you can make that productive, unless you're walking around with an audio tape, or maybe you need it for medical reasons, do you need 2 hours a day? Cut it down by an hour a day. You're going to get 6 hours back a week. There's a number of coaches out there. One of them I quote saying, the richest man or the richest woman in the world has got exactly the same amount of time as you, or the same amount of time as the poorest person in the world. How do you think they manage to achieve so much given that they have the same amount of time as you? Come on, guys, let's wind this up. Good evening, Elvis. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's good to see so many people on you already. It does take a little time to warm up. We're on you for an hour tonight, from 8:30, guys, to 9:30. It's 8:30 to 9:30 British summertime every single Wednesday. Now, this is called Quick Coach TV because I don't want to talk slow for this. I want to get as many questions answered as possible. The idea being that you might be struggling with something, you might be have an issue with something. I'm going to give you some directions, some sort of idea of how you can sort it out. Of course, this isn't coaching. You can't coach by giving one word answers, but this might inspire you to make some changes to your business or to your life for that matter. And time management is all about making sure that you're controlling your time. So let's look at things in your house. You might think, I've got to do things like the ironing, I've got to do the washing. Maybe you're doing your own accounts. Maybe you're doing your own social media. Why don't you find a resource? Why can't you find someone to do your washing, find someone to do your ironing, find someone to do your accounts, find someone to do your social media? That way you're going to free up time, because you have got to invest more time in your business. Now, standing on the back of a chair or working in a therapist room is not investing in your business. That's a process, guys. That could, in some cases, be replaced with just another stylist, just another therapist. What can't be replaced is you. You're the driver for this business. You are the instigator. You are the person with the dream for this business, with a vision, with the ethos. We can't replace you, guys, because then it becomes a different business. So we've got to draw more time out of you. And then we've got to work out a way of using that time better. So here we go. Cheryl, family always say I need to learn to switch off from work and relax, but doing work-related stuff is how I feel productive, and I like to be productive. Relaxing makes me feel like I'm wasting time. Look, Cheryl, I'm not going to talk about work-life balance. I think that's what they call this, because I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's wrong that it's actually called work and then life balance, okay? I think too many people start off with their businesses thinking I'm going to have work-life balance on day one. The idea to me is you get your work life organized. You make your business a success. You invest your time in quality and use your time wisely. And then your business later on facilitates you, allows you to claim back more quality time with your family. So that's the first thing. Secondly, the last people in the world I would take advice off about my business would be my family. Honestly, the reason they're going to tell you that, you hear me ranting about this all the time, the reason your family tell you to wind down, don't stress over it, is because they love you. It's not because they want you to have the most successful business in the world. It's because they don't want to see you stressed. It's because they love you. I would not go to my family unless they run something like British Airways or something like that. I would not go to a family member and ask them for any advice on my business. Now, it's different for everyone. We all have different levels of ability. I work until midnight tonight, so I doubt there's a lot of salon owners, and maybe not that many coaches either, working until midnight tonight. But that's up to me. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy, and that's what works for me. So you've got to find that. What I'm saying is, if I was in a situation where I was thinking, I just don't have time, I would analyze my life first. Are there things that I could reduce or change or drop? For example, if you go fishing, if you go to the football, if you go to the rugby every Saturday or every Sunday, do you need to go? I know you want to go, but you can't go every Saturday and still complain, oh, I don't have time to actually run my business. You do have the time. You're making a choice. I prefer football to having a successful business. Now, if you have a successful business and you're watching this, then you probably have got the balance right, perhaps. Okay, so don't worry about it, guys. This is for people who are saying, I don't have time. People who are working their socks off on the back of a chair or in that therapy room and still feel that they don't have time. Okay, I'm not dragging you away from your families. It's absolutely essential and important that you find that quality time for your family and for other things for yourself. Going to the gym, being healthy is very, very important for you as a salon owner as well. But what I'm saying is, when you analyze it, when you look at your social media, when you look at your TV, when you look at your family drawer, when you look at your dog walking, when you look at your hobbies, I will guarantee almost that you could claw back a whole pile of time to pour back into your business, be more successful. And once we've got the success levels, your stress levels are then going to drop and you can start to enjoy the things you want to. It's work-life balance, guys. Okay? It's not life then work balance. All right? We've got to get this right. We've got to dedicate ourselves more to our business, and we will then get our rewards. Good evening, Violet. Thank you for joining me this evening. And Cheryl Brown, you like it. Thank you, Cheryl. I hope your husband hasn't got my number and can call me and complain. But you have, actually. You've all got my number. It's 07931 518 642. And tonight, you can phone me right here, right now, if you want to, and ask questions live. If you're a bit shy and you don't want to, then that's cool as well. You can keep these questions rolling. We're already 15 minutes into the session tonight. This is Quick Coach TV. Quick Coach TV means I will answer your questions as quickly as possible, try and give you some direction, some inspiration, some thought process that makes you think I'm going to go and make some changes about whatever you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? It's up to you guys. It's your resource, absolutely free every single week. The phone calls are free. If, from my point of view, I'm not charging you anything. You'll just have to pay your normal connector, your normal supplier. Okay. Good evening, Neil. Thank you for joining me, sir. I don't know if there's anybody else out there. The numbers are building quite well this evening. So let's have a quick look at that. So we're looking at time management. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to come back to it time after time after time. Those of you who are on here now, if you want to invite anyone across, you want to invite other salon owners, your managers, your business partners, get them on here. Get asking questions. This is a free resource. This is free for you to get advice from someone who works in this industry every single day of his life. Okay, I've got vast experience in big industry and I've got vast experience in salons. I'm going to be able to tell you the things that you need to do, the things that you could change and make a difference. So that's what we're talking about. The next thing was really about business support. What we got here, Neil, I like it. Thank you, Neil. You're very kind, sir. So let's look at business support. And I'm not talking about myself, actually. I want you to think about, look, you're going through your business every day. Some of you are doing a fab job. Lots of you are struggling, maybe because you're working so hard on the back of that chair, as I keep talking about. Or maybe you just don't know what you're doing. Maybe your business isn't changing with the times. Maybe it's not changing as quickly as it could be. I spent some time talking to someone this week about the barbering sector and how the big franchises, or a couple of the big franchises, are now getting a foothold in your high street. Well, that's only because you haven't made the changes. You've still got the same pricing structures, same staffing structures, same motivational structures. You've got the same decor You're not making the changes. Now, you need to make changes, and if you don't know how to do it, what are you going to do? You can't use the waiting strategy because, as I say, the waiting strategy is no strategy at all. The waiting strategy is just hope. Okay, and if you're hoping, I doubt very much you'll grow your business. So, business support, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of it out there. You already know I offer lots of free support. You've got this every week. I'm not charging you guys. I don't want anything. I just want you to come on here, ask the questions. I want you to get your answer, and I just want you to go and do something. That's all I want you to do. I do a free video every Monday. That's all you got to do is send me an email and say, Carl, I need a video on this subject. Okay, it gets published every Monday. Then it goes onto YouTube for hundreds, if not thousands of people to watch it and support them. I do a free phone-in privately on Wednesdays. You can go to my website. You can click the link and says, I want to speak to you for 15, 20 minutes, Carl. No charge, guys. I just want you to go and do something. Now, there's a lot more people out there doing exactly the same. There's great coaches. There's someone here right this minute. Give them a call, drop them a line. There's YouTube channels, there's online courses. I got an online course which is 14 hours long. Go and help yourself. There's lots and lots and lots of support. There's going to be support for some of you with your local council or local government. What kind of support do you want, guys? What is stopping you asking for advice and taking it? And I'm talking about pretty much low cost or free stuff at the moment. You take, it sounds like a plug, and it is, but you take next Monday as an example. I'm running a Christmas workshop in Cardiff, okay? £89. Do you think you can afford not to spend £89 to not only get your Christmas, really kind of on song, but also to get your January footing absolutely right for 2020? Are you investing? The support is there. Why aren't you going to get it? And I'm not talking about the workshop now. Why aren't you out there getting support for yourself, for your business? It's good for your head, guys. It's good for your business. Go and get the support. What kind of support do you want? Bethan Lewis, I haven't seen you for a good while. Thank you for joining me. Do you have any questions, Bethan? I know you've been a very busy lady over the last few years. I'm just going to take a quick drink of tea. Okay, so we are already almost 20 minutes into Quick Coach TV tonight. I think we're going to probably get a few regulars on board quite shortly. You can phone in 07931 518 642. And you can ask any questions you want about our industry. What are you struggling with? What are your current problems? What is worrying you? What do you think you can't sort out? I'm not saying I'm going to sort it out for you, but I'm going to tell you, this is the direction you need to take. These are the steps you need to take. These might be the people that you can speak to. Quick Coach TV, guys, is here every Wednesday night to help you. Now then, whilst I'm waiting, we've started talking about time management. In a while, I'm going to come back to time management. I'm going to talk to you about what are you doing when you do have the time. Okay, so first of all, we're assuming you don't have the time, but let's say that you've got the time. What are you doing in that space? We're going to come back to that. Business support, I want to talk to you about business support. If you think there's no support out there these days, you should go back 20 years. I can tell you, as the salon owners, we had no one to speak to. You couldn't speak to your bank manager. He or she didn't have a clue about business. We know that the accountants then, and even now to some degree, are really the people you want to go for your taxation advice. But do you really want to go there for your full business advice? Possibly not. Now, there are fantastic people in this industry who can help you, and you can help yourself. That's what I want to talk about more than anything. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about marketing plans. Who has got a marketing plan? Someone must be out there. Somebody on here must have a marketing plan that they actually use. Okay, so now I'm on these forums, okay? So there's certain days I'm in the office, and when I'm in the office, I usually got the social media on whilst I'm doing everything else. Now, on this social media, usually on forums, on Facebook forums, that sort of stuff, there's lots and lots and lots of people complaining that they've got low sales. Now, I know that we have seasonal highs and lows. Most industries do. But you should be working really, really hard to plateau, to flatten out the peaks and the troughs, okay? So we're going to get a Christmas. We know we're all going to go mad. But why is Christmas so bad for so many of you, but good for some of you? And it's because the people who have got a marketing plan, the people who have got a strategy, the people who are planning in December for January, and those actions, because they are doing those, they are looking at you thinking, why are they so quiet? I know, 12th of January this year, my phone is going to ring mad, or my inbox, saying, Carl, I'm really, really quiet. What shall I do? And to be honest with you, apart from panicking, The only thing you can do is get ready for February. So who's got a marketing plan? Who's working towards a marketing plan? And if you haven't got one, why haven't you got a marketing plan, guys? What's stopping you from sitting down and writing up a proper marketing plan for your business? Someone's got to speak to me. Phone in, guys, 07931 518642, or leave a message you're asking questions, and I'll help you decide what we're going to do about marketing. Let's talk about marketing then. So what we're going to do with marketing is this. Too many of us are focused on social media only, and I love social media. Look, I'm on here, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook Live right now, and I'm on here at least every week with one broadcast, usually 3 or 4 live videos, all the stuff. You know what it's like. So I love social media, but do you know how much of marketing that is? How much of my marketing plan that is? How much of the marketing plan for the salons I work with? Social media, or digital marketing as I prefer to call it, because then we include things like websites and emails and that sort of stuff, is about 50% of the overall marketing strategy. Okay, so digital marketing is only half of what you could and should be doing. Now, marketing, you really do need to focus. You do need to focus on who your client is. I get that. You know, you can't just say everyone is your client and market to everyone. You know, so ladies between, 10 and 90, okay, who are unemployed or employed, who drive this car and this car, are not a marketing, you're not targeting your marketing, guys. You're trying to kind of shotgun everyone. But when it comes to the actual application of different strategies, you should be looking across the board at the majority of them, whether it's a poster, whether it's a leaflet, whether it's Instagram, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's an email campaign, whether it's a newsletter. You need a broader attack on your marketing. So if you are just specifically looking at one thing, and it could be what I call the magic finger. So the magic finger is where someone, usually the receptionist, sits on reception, hitting the magic button with your thumb, hoping that someone's going to come in, because you keep putting out these pictures of nails and haircuts and fades. It's not going to happen, guys. The magic finger, the magic thumb, it doesn't work. If you're going to do social media, you've got to do it properly, and just hitting the button 1,000 times a day is not going to fill your salon with clients. So, guys, come on, we need some questions here. Scott, have you got some questions for me? I know that you're going to be joining me next week. Victoria, it's a shame that you can't get down and see me. I hope the book is going absolutely fantastic for you. Who else we got here? Elvis, you're very quiet this evening. Do you have any questions? And Violet, I know you've been busy over at your salon. Any questions, guys? Bethan, is there something bothering you? Something on your mind? You can phone in. As I keep saying, 07931 518642. Now then, I'll come back to management and management planning, and I'm going to talk to you about prioritizing. So look, we're in time management. Let's assume now you've cut back on your TV a little bit, you cut back on your social media a little bit, you've dropped a few of your hobbies a little bit, and we've got an extra 20, 30 hours in your week. Now that is fantastic. And no, don't go and cut more hair. Now use it to start planning. Maybe use it to do that marketing plan that I've been telling you about for the last 10 minutes. How do I know what I'm supposed to be doing? How do I know that the next thing is the right thing? Because if you've got in your mind 100 things that need doing, how do you know what you need to do first? So there's an easy strategy. This is in the video from Monday, but I'm going to run it past you if anybody hasn't seen the video. This is really, really easy, okay? When I do your marketing sessions with you as a coach, I cover this quite early in the session. It's really basic, straightforward, and anybody can operate with it. What you need to do is you have got to find a way of writing down all these problems. I tell you now, if you get an A4 piece of paper and write down all the problems you think that you've got, okay? If I asked you now, have you got a lot of problems? You go, oh yeah, hundreds, Carl, hundreds of problems. Get an A4 piece of paper and a pen, write them down. I bet you there'll be about 10 or 15. Okay, it might be even less. So first of all, that's a really psychological, a barrier for you that you're going to get over. You're going to say, wow, I haven't actually got as many problems as I thought I had. Okay, what have we got here? Good evening, Simon Rowe. Thank you for joining me, and thanks for helping me out earlier, Simon. I don't actually know what the developer wanted, but it seems like your magic worked. And now we're live on Quick Coach TV, Simon, and I don't know if your wife is watching, but she should. She could get over here or phone in on 07931 518 642. The idea of Quick Coach TV, everyone, is for me to answer your questions that are bothering you every day in this industry. What's your concerns? And this is also part of my free support to you. Okay, you're not paying me for anything. I'm just giving you advice based on things that I deal with every single day in my professional life. And I can guarantee that the stuff I'm telling you is right and will work if you apply it in the right way. So let's go back to that time management. You've clawed back all this time. You've written down all the things that you think are a problem. Now, that's all I want you to do. You've got 10 things in a row, 10 things, 12 things, 15 things in a big row like that. What I want you to do now is write a H, like Hinder, like my surname, okay, for high. By the side of things, like, we've got to do them now. These are things that you're going to end up, getting penalties for, things that you're going to end up in court for, things you're going to lose massive sales for, things that are illegal, things that are health and safety. Right by the side, H, I have got to do these things like now, okay? I've got to leave and I've got to do them now. So you may write that down and you're going to do like maybe 3 or 4 of them, okay? Then we're going to go to once we've done all the H's, we're going to go to the mediums. What's pretty important? What do I need to get done this week, if not early next week? Maybe it's I've got to make sure I get my Christmas orders in. Maybe I've got to get a Carl's, workshop. Maybe I've got to buy the tickets. Things that have got deadlines, things that are affecting your business. Maybe they're appraisals. So things that are quite, important. And I'm going to write M by all those things. Now, if you've got anything else left, after you've done your H's and you've done your M's, highs and your mediums, then everything else by default is an L, which is low priority, okay? So that's easy, isn't it? Everything is now high, must do it, like gotta go, go, go. The next lot is medium, so I gotta get that done in the next week. And then the next lot is low, so I can do that over the next few weeks, over the next few months. To be honest with you, there is some argument, there's some trail of thought that says, look, if it's low and it can be done in 2 months, maybe it doesn't need doing at all. Good evening, Isabel. Thank you for joining me. And yes, smiley face, hello, great. Okay, Isabel, got any questions? Simon, got any questions? Beth, and please, if you want to ask people to join us this evening, that would be fabulous. If yourselves can make sure that you press the notification button or the bell every single week, you will know I'm on air answering your questions. This is a free service for you guys, just trying to help, okay? It's free. It's not coaching, but it's free advice that's going to help you get motivated, perhaps just point you in the right direction for what you need to do. Violet, how long should I put the price up and by how much? After how long should I put the price up? So, Violet, do you mean how long after you've put your prices up, when should you put them up next? Okay, there's a number of things. So we're going to come off that. Let me just finish off on that, time management bit. So you got your high, mediums, and lows. That's all you got to do then. Take your highs, all right? These are the things that need doing urgently, and right by the side of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many you've got. Okay, so if you got something like, I don't know, got to do a tax return and I got a deadline of 2 days, that's number 1. Number 2, I've got to, sort out my bank charges. Number 3, I've got to train the staff on something. So whatever your high priorities are, put them in by number order. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And then do the same with your mediums and then the same with your lows. And then when you wake up tomorrow morning, or tonight for that matter, you got to do the high number 1. That is the most important thing in your business life, and you go off and do it. So this is just assuring you that you are working on the things that are important to your business in the right order. Okay, and you're getting the problems out of your mind onto a piece of paper. You put them in high, mediums, and lows, and then 1, 2s, and 3s. If you don't understand that, it's not a problem. Please ask again. I will explain it as many times as you want, or you can actually catch me on video call after this video, although I do have an appointment after this one tonight, but I'm on till midnight if you want me. Okay, let's go back to Violet. Okay, Violet, what have we got here? Violet, how long after I put my price up should I do them again? I think that's pretty much the question. So, things are changing in your business every day, Violet. The things that change in your business every day is your costs are going up every day, whatever happens. Okay, now it's going to be different for every person. If your rent was to double, then maybe your prices need to go up 3 months after you put them up last. If it's something that is almost inflation-wise, which is going to be kind of minimum wage, maybe it's going to be fuel, maybe it's going to be the cost of equipment and expenses, that sort of stuff, maybe you can go, maybe 6 months. Or maybe you got to have a refurbishment. Maybe you got to move premises. Maybe you've taken on 10 more staff. So there's no deadline for when you put your price up next. All of these things dictate when you put them up. What I would say is on your price list, you want to put a fairly short deadline. So when you got a price list, just put it on there valid. So if I was doing a price list now, like put it on there valid until the 1st of February. And then that way you have got the option of putting the prices up, okay? And the customers will get it trained into the knowledge of, well, I think I can pretty much expect that the prices in this salon are going to be reviewed every 6 months. And I would certainly be looking at a review every 6 months because your costs, I guarantee, are going up. They're not going anywhere else. They're always, always, always going to go up. Do you know, Violet, how to do your prices in the first place? If you don't, then contact me because I've got some software coming out and it should be launched next Monday. The guys at the Christmas workshop next Monday will be the first people in the UK to actually see this software, which will tell you, you've got to input your figures, but it'll tell you what your prices should be. It's absolutely fantastic bit of kit. It's very simple. We're all going to be able to use it, and we're going to stop using our competitors as our guideline. Neil, many barbers find it hard, challenge to recruit good barbers. Do you have any tips? My tips for getting barbers or hairdressers or therapists, the main thing is to recruit. I mean, it's a huge, huge subject. I'm actually building a webinar, which is 2 hours long, on how to sort out your recruitment. Okay, so we don't have 2 hours. We've got something like 28 minutes. And I'm not spending 28 minutes on this, Neil, either. My number one thing for recruitment is this. Recruit when you don't need staff. That's the number one thing I want you to do. So let's say you got a team of 4. Keep interviewing. Keep putting stuff on your website. Keep putting stuff on social media. Keep interviewing them. Keep a record. Now, you may have to ask them because of GDPR if it's okay for you to hold their records. Okay, as part of the recruitment process. Most people who want to come to you say yes because they think that there's a chance in the future that you want to continue this relationship. Okay, so that's my top tip. Recruit when you don't need staff. Now, ultimately, that could lead to a difficult situation. You know, if a great, awesome barber, hairdresser, therapist walks into your salon and he or she has got everything you was ever looking for in your life, you might find that you've either got to make space for them, and that means maybe losing one of your underperformers or maybe changing the way you do business. But ultimately, you're always going to have this database of people that you've interviewed over the last few months that you've already connected with, you've already seen their CVs, you already got their telephone numbers, and you can make sure that you're ready to recruit 24/7. That's my number one tip, Neil, for making sure that your recruitment problems are less. Okay, like I said, it's a massive situation, including retention, including motivation. Why are you losing them in the first place? How sexy is your social media? What kind of things are you doing to attract them? What are the pay scales? What are the bonuses? All that sort of stuff. It's a huge, huge subject, but the number one thing is to recruit when you don't need staff. Good evening, Michael. Thank you for joining me this evening. I know you're a busy man late evening. Quick cup of tea, guys. Okay, Cheryl Brown, I don't order 1,500 price lists, then decide you need to raise prices. Well, I mean, that's a great lesson, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing it with us. That's true, isn't it? I mean, it depends how busy your salon is. Maybe a 1,500 price list won't last long if you're going around the streets handing them out. I'm not a massive fan of doing that exactly, but it is a good point. It's the same when you're doing leaflet drops. You know, I'm a big fan of leaflet drops in the right towns, in the right places. And I'm a big fan that when you do a leaflet drop, you should do, let's say you think you should do 10,000. Well, I think you should do 50,000 or 100,000 because you get such a small percentage back. However, there's no point having boxes sitting in your storeroom for the next 10 years. And the way printing works these days, you can get great volumes at great prices. So that's a really good one, Cheryl. Well done. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, what we got? Neil Murphy, brilliant idea. Thank you. Can't wait for the webinar. Neil, it's I'll tell you, the recruitment webinar, the reason it's taken so long is because I'm not working with anyone on this, but there's 3 other people who actually offer things like apprenticeships, that sort of stuff. And I want to present them in the right light. So I want to get their information. I want to make sure that what we're doing is up to date. So the people that are presented in the webinar, there's no business arrangement with us, but they will be part of the solution to your problem. Okay, so hopefully time management, I kind of hopefully stirred the mind a little bit about looking at how you use in your life. You got to wonder why the richest man or the richest woman in the world can do the things that you can't do. Okay. Now I know we've all got other issues like health issues and whatever, but I'm just talking about The average business person has got time, but they're choosing to use that time for something else. It's just a discipline. It's a discipline I have to push myself through and check on myself every few months to make sure that I'm freeing up as much time as I can. Okay, so more questions, guys. You can phone in. I have got a phone here, look. 07931 518 642. I can take your call. That's the reason I got the headset on, guys, is to take your call. I don't actually need them to talk to you. It's just that when you phone in, you'll come through here. I'll speak in here. We've got speakers. We've got soundboards. We've got a proper studio set up here, guys, to help you with phone-ins. But if you're happy to put messages, that's okay with me as well. Just one more thing. Could I ask you, just please ask more people to come on board? We've got a good 25 minutes. Don't mind going 5 minutes over. Any other managers, salon owners, business people in our industry that you think would like to ask questions, get some tips, get some direction, get some incentive, just a bit of motivation perhaps. Look, I'm just out here helping you guys. This is Quick Coach TV. I'm smashing it out. I'm talking fast. I don't talk this quickly. Trust me, in real life, I would be completely and utterly exhausted. But for tonight, for 1 hour, I want you to get the biggest benefit that you can. Now, I'm going to talk, we started on marketing plans as well. So we did time management. We talked about prioritizing. We talked about how to find the time. We've started talking about business support and how much business support is available to you guys. And I don't know why you're not going to get it. Maybe you got to pay for it and you don't like that idea. Maybe it's free and you don't know it exists. Or maybe it can't be the people on this board because you're here, but maybe some people are just too lazy and not motivated enough to go and help themselves. Christmas. I want to talk to you about Christmas. I don't want to leave it all to the end. What we got? You, Violet. Thank you, Violet, for introducing someone onto the board. That would be great. If Olivia rolls up, that'd be fabulous. Come on, Olivia, get on this board. Ask me some questions. Anyone on here want to ask me things about things in our industry? I'm here to help you. No other reason. Let's talk about Christmas. Now, you already know the tab is at the top of this page. It's a Christmas workshop I'm running in Cardiff next Monday. Okay, we're running from 9 till 5 and a bit later for Q&As. Anyone coming down the night before, we will be going for a few drinks and a bite as well. We do have people from all over the UK coming for that day. Let me tell you, the focus about the Christmas event, it's not going to be talking about the best gift pack that we can find. We're not going to spend all day talking about, GHDs and what wrapping paper should I use. We will talk about that, but it's nothing to do with those kinds of things. It's to do with what do I need to put in place now that makes my Christmas really good? And then those things, how do I make sure that I'm still doing them in January so that I springboard into 2020? So we're going to be talking about things like pricing. Violet, you talked about that. Pricing for most salons is completely and utterly wrong. If we don't get pricing right, there's no point in me helping you to get 500 more clients if we sell in them all underpriced. Okay, we've got to get pricing right, guys. And because you're following the competition, so many of you are following the competition for pricing, it means that most of us have got our pricing totally wrong. So we're going to be talking about pricing. We're going to be talking about marketing, but not just marketing for Christmas. What are the principles of marketing for January and February and March and April? So we will have a marketing plan that you'll take away that will get you started into the new year. Okay, so we're going to be talking about retailing. Now, I'm not going to talk to you for 8 hours about retailing. We're going to have about an hour on retailing. I already have a book. You know about the book, guys. You already know about the online course. If you want help with that, message me. I'll send you the links. But we're going to be talking about retailing because if you're not retailing this Christmas, you are missing out. In fact, if you're not retailing already ready for Christmas, you're missing money. I don't know why you guys just don't want to make a fortune. Why don't you want to make so much money that you can go off and do more things? Spend it on your family. Go on bigger holidays. Buy a bigger motorbike. Do something. But go and generate more money, guys. Okay, what we got? Michael Putney, I'm halfway through the book. How are you getting on with it, Michael? I know that, when I wrote the book, it's a very difficult book to write in the sense that when you're writing a book for a wide industry, it has to appeal to everyone as well. You've got to try and write it for salon owners and managers. That's the main people that need to pick that book up. But then every member of staff also needs to read it as well. And 80% of that book is also targeted at them. And it's not really a book about how do I sell products? It's how do I get in my mind that selling products is an absolutely essential thing to do for my salon because of sales, because of profits, because of marketing, and most of all, because of customer service. Okay, so anybody who's reading the book, who's going to get the book, who's got the book, it's a mindset change. It's not a product training book. There is an online course which goes into more detail for that. So we talked about the course for next week on Monday. Look, I'm closing the tickets down tomorrow, so we've got less than 24 hours. If you want to come down to Cardiff for a great day to get you ready for Christmas, to springboard you into the new year, then please do that. Meanwhile, you can phone in. I've got a phone by here. I keep waving it at the screen, guys. It does work, honestly. 07931 518 642. Please feel free to call in. I'm just making sure that we are actually up and running. Okay, we are all good. Please feel free to phone in or keep the messages rolling. We've still got over 20 minutes. We don't seem to have so many here tonight. It seems to have gone a bit quiet. We've had fantastic numbers over the last few weeks, and I'm sure we build this, and I want to keep building this. If you guys want this, I will run it for the rest of this year, and I promise I'll run it for next year as well. But you got to keep sending people to me. You got to keep asking the questions. It's a big commitment to be spending your Wednesdays night doing speed talking and trying to give out free advice. So please, let's get these questions in. Find out what you need to know about your business. If you've got an awesome business and you've got no questions, contribute to the board. Tell me what I should be sharing with the rest of the people on this board. What should I be sharing with people on my forums? What is it that I'm missing? I don't think there's much I'm missing. I'm in a lot of salons. What about Salon International this week, guys, and Olympia the weekend before? And the barbering event 2 weeks before that. Are you out and about at all these events? Are you finding it useful? Are you learning a lot? Or are you disappointed with what these events are providing? I got to be honest with you, Salon International for me, because I'd arranged to meet people and I met some really great new people, was fantastic. But in some ways, it was also disappointing. You know, the stuff they were selling, like products from MLM companies, you know, which are not salon professional products. I was kind of disappointed. I thought, surely this is not the direction that our industry should be heading in. So I'm just throwing something out there now. Are you at the events? Are you enjoying the events? Are they good? And if you're not at them, how are you getting your inspiration? You know, if you are a hairdresser, you should really be inspired by some of the stuff that's on that stage, or if you're a barber, there was so much great and amazing stuff over the 3 days. I got to give a shout out to someone. She never asked me, but I've got to say it because I watched this stage a lot because it was near the stand that I was at. Emma Brady on Choose Hair stand. And if you haven't looked at Choose Hair yet, go and have a look at Choose Hair. There's going to be a Facebook page, I'm absolutely sure. Go and have a look at her page. See what she's doing to encourage people into our industry. It's really worthwhile. I was mega impressed. Unfortunately, she was very busy. We didn't have much time to have a chat, but I promise to catch up next time. Okay, guys, if you were to pay for someone to do your PR or media control, what would you pay for this and who would you use? I'm not going to tell you online who I would use, Michael. I will send you a separate message because I don't work with them and I don't normally endorse them. So I don't want to widely endorse someone because I'd also need to know a bit more about your needs. However, how much would I pay would depend on what I want to achieve. So if you've got a £200,000 salon, then the percentage I would use would be obviously the same, but the amount of sterling would be higher than lower than if I had a £500,000 salon. So I definitely would be using a PR agency for social media. For the stuff in your salon, I wouldn't use an agency. So the stuff like having events, coffee mornings, going to networking events, this is all stuff that the salon owner has to find a way of becoming the expert. So I would say for social media and some of the media, so doing things like videos. So next Monday, for example, I've got a great videographer coming along. He's going to record the thing professionally. We're going to be getting that out to different promotional events. So yes, I would delegate some of it. Yes, I would pay for it. And how much would I pay would depend on what my marketing budget is for the year. But I would think for the average business that I'm operating with, you want to be spending about 10% of your annual sales. So, you know, maybe if you're a £500,000 salon, maybe up to 50K across all marketing. Okay, so not on social media, and maybe 20-25 grand of that on social media. I mean, that's a wild figure and guess, but those are the figures you should be working with. What I would say, if you want a basic business principle, if you grow in a business, I would spend as much money as you can afford. I would spend my profits, if you like, in the first few years on marketing. That is the best investment you're going to make. There's no point keeping, let's say you've got £10,000 in the bank and you're keeping it for that rainy day. I don't know what rainy day you're waiting for, Michael. I would be using that to invest into marketing, whether it was social media, whether it was a magazine. For some people that could be good, whether it's leaflets, whether it's posters, whether it's sponsoring someone, the local football team, racing cars. I'm not telling you to do any of those things. I'm just saying that you want to use all the money in your business, never save it, okay? And the first few years, you need to reinvest, you need to grow at a relatively good pace. Okay, I'm not a great coach when it comes to growing organically. I don't actually believe in organic growth, which is where you just wait. I believe in firm and positive development, which means that you are developing at a rate that is dictated by you, if you like, through your marketing. So I can't tell you the people that I would use, because some of them I wouldn't use for everything. The budget is going to depend on your business. The overall answer is as much as you can possibly afford. And don't save money in the first few years. You need to be reinvesting that money, and it's got to be used on things like marketing. But marketing is very, very wide, guys. Okay, in that marketing budget could be other things as well, including staff incentives. Okay, well, Michael, cheers. Just when you, as the salon owner, are the busiest, when do you find the time? When do I find the time to do what, Michael? So you're the busiest. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And this is why I kind of saying this isn't actually coaching as such, because it's different for everyone. But let's say I was in my salon and I was absolutely manic and I had 5 other workers and I'm absolutely flat out and they're running at 60%. There's things you can do. Number one, are your prices tiered, structured higher than everyone else's by a significant margin? And I don't mean like by a pound. Are they the highest? Because you're obviously in demand for a reason. So maybe you could higher your prices by a huge amount, and that way give them the option of moving to these other people. That way they get pushed up, you start freeing up some time. Maybe you could just blankly take a day off so that it forces those clients into the other people on, in your salon. You've got to decide, how do I free this? Not I'm the busiest person here, I must be wanted, I must be the most important person in the business. Well, you are, but you're not necessarily the most important barber, the most important hairdresser, the most important therapist. You've got to find a way of freeing this time up. So that's what we started off with tonight. I don't know if you caught us, Michael. We started the night off with time management. So watch this rerun or go and have a look at my time management video that I launched on Monday. You are the one who's got to find the time. So pricing structures are a good way of releasing yourself. Dropping a day and pushing the people into the other people in your business is a good way. Okay, so there's a number of ways that you can start doing that. Any questions on that, Michael? Do you want to ask me some more about how do I find the time when I'm busier? I mean, there's lots and lots of things that you could be doing. But you've got to look at every part of your life as well. What things are you doing? Oh, I see what you mean. When you're business, how are you going to do social media? Well, I don't want you, I think that's what you're asking. I don't think you want to find time to do so. Anything that you can delegate, anything that you can outsource that can be done at a high level, I believe you should be. But that doesn't mean that you then use that time to do more services. I want you to use that time to do more business development, okay? So don't outsource things so you can cut more hair, outsource things so you can plan more things, okay? So you can action more things, so you can be the center of your business. Okay, who we got here? I already share all my colors to my staff. I'll share them even more. And 20% higher, so you're doing good. So, I mean, I could argue that maybe that's not enough then. If you're still the busiest person and you've got it up there, it sounds as if perhaps the whole salon could do with a price hike, so you get rid of some clients altogether. Like I said, it's very difficult to actually coach someone when you don't know how their business structure is live on here. But you quite clearly, if you're in massive demand and your prices are going up, there might still be an opportunity to increase your personal prices even more. There might be an opportunity for your team to increase their prices even more. There might be an opportunity for you to drop time from the business to push more people into those slots. Okay, there might be an opportunity to increase your opening hours. There might be an opportunity to decrease your opening hours. Whichever it is, maybe you need more staff. You need to look across the board. The point is, you need to look at ways of actually getting rid of some clients so you can go and run your business. And if you're not, it's only because you are choosing not to. It's not real that every client really, really, really wants you. Because trust me, if you go off ill for a couple of months, they are going to someone else. They're either going to someone else in your salon or they're going down the street. They don't love you that much, Michael, as awesome as you are. Okay, what we got here? Becky Banham has joined us. Thank you, Becky, for joining us. That is awesome. Okay, Cheryl Brown, I am doing a Christmas retail shopping day at my salon. I'm having other local businesses come in and sell their items. I'm inviting all my clients and their friends, as well as publicly. I find it nice thing to do for my clients and also great for my retail sales. What do you think of doing things like this? I think it's important to build relationships with other independent businesses and my clients. Cheryl, I absolutely love it. And I think it's the kind of thing that you should be doing. If you've got the right size salon and the right kind of personality, and most salon owners who want to be successful are going to have to develop this kind of personality, it's the right thing to do. You need to network, get other businesses in. Absolutely perfect. Having events in your salon. Make sure that you're using the night right. I don't know what your salon's like, Cheryl, but if it's nice, if you've got treatment rooms, if you've got upstairs, make sure that you're taking them in groups of 1 and 2. You're the hostess with the mostess, you know, and you're taking them around and you're showing them the beautiful therapy rooms. Make sure you got the right music on. Make sure you're treating them to great music. Make sure they're meeting, you know, the key and influential staff that are in your business. Absolutely fantastic. But the caveat here is it's not just for Christmas. I would encourage a lot of businesses to have these open evenings, coffee mornings, networking sessions, often, maybe monthly, maybe 3 weekly, a hive of activity of people in your salon that get to see what you do, to get to smell what you do. Seriously, yeah, that's not a joke. You know, to smell, the therapy rooms, to see the candlelight, to listen to the music, to listen to the salon owners, listen to the senior stylists or senior managers talking about the new things that are coming on board, to see shaves, someone doing a traditional shave, and so on. Okay. Now you could also link that with individual businesses instead of just whole teams as well. Maybe you want to have a shorter night of maybe, maybe Cheryl's salon plus Yankee candle night, okay? So you're focusing on one thing. There's loads and loads and loads of things that I do in my marketing plans that do focus around having people in your business. It's got to be done, guys. It's got to be done. Okay, Becky. Hi, Carl. I'm looking forward to Christmas, even though my mum doesn't like my business. Well, Becky, it's a matter of personal choice, isn't it? I'm sure if you put your business cards on the forum, 50% of the people will say they are beautiful and 50 people will say they're ugly. I mean, that's going to be a matter of taste. The point is that, just let you know, guys, that I said to Becky that she should, she said, I'm going to go and get Christmas cards for Marks and Spencer's. And I said, why? You should develop yourself with your own salon name on so that it's sitting on your mantelpiece, it's sitting on your fireplace, or not yours, on your client's fireplace for 4 weeks, and your brand is staring them in the face every single day. And at the happiest time of the year, they are associating your salon with something positive. Okay, that's the top and bottom. Becky went away, made these Christmas cards. I like them. Her mother doesn't like them. I don't think it matters, Becky. It's just a matter of taste. Maybe you got more time next year and you can develop nicer ones or different ones, whatever you want to do. But the point is, you've gone and done it. You've done a piece of marketing that maybe in the past you haven't done, and it's going to help. Every little bit of marketing helps. Nothing on its own is going to make your business super, super successful. Okay? Social media on Facebook on its own is never going to work for you as a salon. Okay, not on its own. You're going to need Instagram, you need LinkedIn, you need whatever it is. Okay, I think it's funny, but it also, you've done a great job there. Cheryl Brown, excellent. Glad I'm on the right track. Thank you. You're okay, Cheryl. That's good. Listen, guys, we've got 5 minutes left. Okay, my name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Up, and I run this channel, Quick Coach TV, every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. British summertime. You can, believe it or not, phone in 07931 518 642, and I will answer all your questions. It seems that we seem to have a lot of shy followers, and you like your messages popping up at the bottom, and that's okay as well. I don't mind. We've got 5 more minutes. This is a free resource. It's for you to get ideas. It's for you to get direction. Is for you to get something off your chest that's going to help you wake up in the morning and change direction. It's going to make you think, I'm going to change. I'm going to change my time management. I'm going to give up a bit of TV. I'm going to give up, walking my dog. I'm going to walk him half an hour less, or I'm going to delegate the dog walking to the dog walker, or the kids can take him for a walk. Whatever it is, go and change your time management. Then work out how to prioritize things. Then I'm going to go get more support for myself. I'm going to listen to Carl more. I'm going to listen to other coaches more. I'm going to spend more time on YouTube. I had a fabulous discussion with someone up at Salon International this week, and she caught me in the crowd. She said, hi, yeah, I follow you on this channel. She's not on here tonight, oddly enough. And she said, my husband, who's not in the industry, follows you. And I hope he's on here now watching. My husband watches you. Guys, I want everyone to watch me, but not because it's something that I want to do egotistically. It's because if I'm motivating and changing someone, then that is great reward for me. Christmas, guys. Okay, come on. We need more questions. I don't want to wrap up yet. We've got 4 minutes. It's your opportunity to get some answers to industry problems, things that are affecting you. Look, this is not an entertainment channel. I'm not here for the fun of it. I'm not here because I enjoy myself. I do enjoy myself. I'm not here to enjoy myself drinking cold tea and talking twice as fast as I normally do. I want to help you. This is support for you. This is training for you. This is guidance for you. Let me know. Do you want me to carry on doing this? Is there something you want me to change about it? Are there subjects you want me to talk about? Are there things that are burning, a problem in your business? Okay, these are all the things I'm here for. I'm going to be around until midnight tonight. If you want to talk off air afterwards, you've got a private problem and not your Christmas cards, Becky, I'm sure they're absolutely fine. If you've got a business problem that you don't want to talk about on this page, on this channel, that's absolutely fine as well. I'm on until midnight tonight, okay? I do have some client calls because I do have some overseas clients as well. Now, I just want to summarize then. Look, we got 3 minutes. Any more questions? What we got? Any more about you? My husband fed up of hearing about your book. Well, Becky, do you know what? I'm pleased. I can't hide my satisfaction. Do you know the book has been such a big hit because I wrote it knowing full well that it was contentious, that it would make people say, it actually says on the back, if you're a snowflake, don't read this. It says on the first 2 pages, I think, if you don't want to sell products, please use this book to hold your door open. I was designing it to actually get people kind of stirred up. And it has done that. And the amount of positive feedback, people sending me messages saying, I've sold 10 products this week, 10 products today, and I sold 10 products last year. It's music to my ears. There's no benefit to me apart from the price of the book. So I'm glad he's fed up of listening to it. Read it and keep going. Read it and maybe move on, like I said, to the online course. And both of them together will get you to be where you want to be. I know you're doing a great job. And there's other guys on here are doing a great job as well. I get these success stories absolutely every day. So time management, guys. Have a look at your life. If you haven't got enough time to do your business duty, then there are problems, and I can almost certainly say that it's because someone else is drawing on your time. Someone else is sucking the life out of your time. Someone else thinks that your time is more important to them. Okay, you've got to kind of claim that back. Some of that is going to be bad contact in your business. Some of it will be your family, and some of it will just be you relaxing when you haven't got time to relax. So what we got here, Violet, that's very funny. Great. It's popular because it's real, provokes a reaction. Really good book. See, thank you, Cheryl. That's absolutely awesome, and that's what I want. It is real, and it was designed like that. And when I do the update version, maybe next year or the year after, it's going to drive everyone absolutely insane because I've had so many ideas since that I'm starting to put them into the course. But I think when you sit down with our book, it really gets a reaction. Michael, would be a massive loss to a Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Michael. That's really kind. I am going to plans to drop it at all. I may have to move the time. I got to be honest with you because we got winter time coming in, and my New Zealand, Australia clients are complaining that they can't really get to me because they got to get up super early. But I will confer with you over the next couple of weeks whether we move it forward an hour or something. If you want to change to another night, I don't really want to move it because we're starting to get into a routine and we're getting good hits on numbers. But we may have to have a bit of a chat about that. So look, time management, it's in your hands. The richest man in the world has got the same amount of time as you've got, and he's or she is doing better with their time. Business support, there's lots out there. I'm out here. Other business coaches, other resources, go and get some support. Marketing plans, the answer is yes, you do need one. And if you haven't got one, you are at a disadvantage, okay? Don't feel bad. Go and take some action, okay? You wouldn't be on here if you're a snowflake. You wouldn't be following me if you were easily insulted. Go and do a marketing plan and then work at it. Don't just write it up. We don't want a pretty market, man. We want you to go and do it. Last of all, Christmas is coming, guys. Get organized. Make sure your staff are in the right place. Make sure you're not giving time off during the Christmas period when you could be maximizing your sales. Make sure you're open on that Sunday, Monday before Christmas. Make sure you're open extra late nights. Make sure you've got all your stock early. You don't want to be spending time in the warehouse when you could have a walk-in client. Make sure you're organized. Make sure that you're holding enough product of everything. Okay, make sure you've got everything that they need. Make sure the team are briefed really well. Look, I'm doing this on Monday. If you come into Cardiff, awesome. If you're planning on getting tickets, message me tonight. If not, get organized for Christmas and make the best of it. Okay, any more questions? We have got 1 more minute. Any more questions? I'm not even going to ask you if you want to phone in, but please meet me here again next week at 8:30 p.m. British summertime every single Wednesday night, and I'm going to support you guys. Please drag people along. I really want to double and triple and quadruple these numbers that are viewing. We get a couple hundred every single week, which is fantastic. I think this is kind of really great support that other people could be benefiting. Don't keep it a secret. Come on, let's spread the word. And across all the sectors, I'm happy with the guys in the clinics. I'm happy with the guys in the spas, the beauty salons, the hair salons, the barbershops. In fact, I don't mind if you come from the local hotel or the local chip shop. I'm going to help you with some basic business sense. Okay, I have no more questions. I have no more answers for tonight. Thank you for watching me tonight. My name is Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help, and I will see you back here next Wednesday. If you leave any questions after this broadcast, I promise I will reply to you over the next couple of hours. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. And like I said, I'll see you next week.